Hey guys, how you doing? This is Manga Section. I'm here today to bring a review for One Piece Manga Chapter 1052. Quite a bit going on within this chapter. It really has one key moment for me personally anyway, and that's the bit at the end, but there's other things to come about the chapter. So I'm going to flip through the chapter as I talk about things. So the first thing we need to that starts off the chapter is the bit with the five elders where they're basically just saying, that went south, two Yonko down, the Nika no Mi, that's all been revealed and all that. And all this information is going to be leaked out to the world. They know this. And they're just really like, damn, it's just a really like, okay, this is gonna happen. How's it gonna happen? Kind of thing. How's this information gonna leak out into the world? And we do find that out by the very end of the chapter. But that's how we start off the chapter. And we also have the line where we find out, despite what's gone down in Wano, they still want Nico Robin. So it seems like they're gonna send in a CP0 or maybe even a mystery entry at the very end of the chapter in there to get Nico Robin. But obviously we know that's not gonna go down. It's just a matter of how that fails. So we're moving on, and it's basically us finding out there's a conversation between Hawkins and what's the name, X Drake, and it's just basically finding out that back way when Hawkins was making a prediction about a certain someone's likelihood of still being alive after this event, it was 1%. He was actually talking about him, so he's actually dead, and it's actually, I don't think it's ever been done. It's very rare for Oda to kill someone off in present day. He does it all the time in time skips in flashbacks, but very rare it's done in present day. So for Hawkins to be dead and killed, was I very much a fan of his character? No. Do I care he's dead now? No. So this bit of the chapter was like, oh, okay, right, okay, moving on. And then we have that, we see what's going on in Wano. Basically we have a little, like, we have a page of that really, and then after that we flip over to Kinemon and Mr. Kakapapa, forget his name, and you basically find out that they're gonna build a shrine to honor the fallen, for those who fought for this cause: Odin, Aizo, Ashura. I'm surprised Aizo and Ashura are actually dead. Like I said previously, very rare for Oda to kill someone in present day in real time of the series, but they're dead and it seems like he's gonna stick to it, so that was a surprise. So then we flip over to Luffy and Zoro. They're both waking up, seemingly fine. I guess that's okay for Luffy, but there has to be some sort of, not necessarily a drawback, but we need to go revisit like what happened with Zoro, because the last time Zoro was conscious, he was seemingly conscious. He was looking the Reaper in his eyes, and it's basically like, nah, don't have me kind of thing. So, what exactly was the cure for that? Because like right now, he's all bandaged up here, fair enough, but he seems mentally fine. But I feel like there's some answers that still need to go there. And we have that little funny moment with Momo being 8 mentally but not physically no more. Ha ha ha, yeah, very funny, whatever. But during the scene as well, we have that moment where Sanji's like, I need to have a word with you. So, and those two don't get along very well. So the fact that Sanji feels like he needs to talk to him makes you wonder what exactly does he want to talk about. Zoro thought it was about what he said earlier about, if I become the monster, kill me kind of thing. But we know like there's no threat of Sanji becoming a monster right now, so there is something else that Sanji wants to talk to Zoro about. It's just a matter of what. I have no idea whatsoever. So yeah, they do that, they bath, then we flip over to, I guess, a port where we find out that Frankie and Usopp has been working on fixing the damages to the Sunigo kids ship, Law's submarine. And it's during this time we find out that Scratcher Poo, he the snitch, he be the one that leaked out the information, and now there is a moment where Apu drops some, I think it's newspapers, or is it just one of the posters? I think it's the newspaper which I have the one of the posters in it. But basically we find out that everybody has new bounties now, and there's 2 people who have now taken the places of the Yonko that obviously were defeated, Kaido and Big Mom. So it's a matter of, actually the chapter says all of your bounties and the names they're calling the new emperors of the sea. So we could potentially have more than the Yonko. Obviously the Yon is the four and the Ko emperors of the sea. So it could be a thing because technically previously they was calling Luffy the fifth emperor. So maybe now it is possible that we don't have a Yonko system anymore and it's more of a Luffy, Law and Kid being added. Wait, Luffy, Law, Kid and Blackbeard. Oh, and Shanks. I forget Shanks. So it could be a possibility where we have the five emperors of the sea, or it could be a possibility where we are now back on four. But I personally think when it comes to the Yonko status as of now, I think it's going to be Blackbeard, Shanks, Luffy, and one other. And I have reasons for either. For example, with Law, he was a Shibukai at one point. I personally feel like he did the most damage to Big Mom, but that's not something that might have not been leaked through a scratch because he might have not known that. But I feel like because Law has been like a Shibukai who has now been known to defeat a Yonko, the world government might see it that it was him predominantly who helped beat Big Mom, so therefore they make him Yonko for that reason. But I also see it from another standpoint where Kid has always been betrayed, not necessarily true, but betrayed to be on equal terms with Luffy, so for that reason I can see him being made the Yonko. But I do believe we'll be back on the Yonko system where we was kind of on a five emperor system for a little bit, kind of sort of, but I thought we were back to an emperor system. When it comes to bounties on the other hand, I don't know, but I know I predict Luffy will get a big upgrade, obviously, because he beat Kaido. Zoro will get, anyone who had the one-on-one fight, they'll get a significant upgrade as well. More so Zoro and Sanji because they beat commanders. Kid and Law will get big upgrades as well because they beat a Yonko. Killer should get a big upgrade because he tangled with Kaido. He also did beat Hawkins, but I don't think that'd be very significant to his upgrade. But there's that as well. And yeah, when it comes to numbers, I have no idea. We'll see when that comes next week. But the chapter does end off with Green Bull approaching one very swiftly. And now, like I said, because it's just unrealistic to think that Robin will be nabbed. I feel like Green Bull coming to Wano is not that very exciting because I feel like nothing will come off of it. I feel like he'll be there for a little talk. We might get a little tease into his abilities and his fighting style and what he can do. But at the end of the day, we know, I think it's safe to assume that the Straw Hats and the others will leave Wano very quietly with no trouble. So yes, it'll be nice to finally see Green Bull and see what he can do, but I don't think nothing much will come off of it. So I'm not as on the edge of the seat as I could possibly be for Green Bull's arrival. We do get a little taste of his, I guess, devil fruit ability as well, because he seems to be flying with a flower on his back. So I don't know how he's doing that, but it is what it is there. I feel like this chapter deserves a 3-star rating. We are wrapping up this arc very quickly. I think that's because if you haven't heard yet, there will be a month's break of One Piece at the end of the month. So I feel like Oda's quickly trying to wrap this arc up within the 2 chapters that he has left. So therefore he can have his break, and then when he comes back into the final saga, as we are told we are going into. So yeah, that's everything I got to say about this chapter. Like always, guys, I'm asking for your thoughts and opinions. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Most importantly, take care. Have a nice day.